this Eagle ceremony to order. And now the voice of the eagle.
This is the voice of the eagle who has watched for years as you struggle to ascend. Think back for a moment, back to the day when you first joined Troop 7. How small you felt in your crisp new uniform, struggling to recite the Scout Oath and Scout Law with the other Scouts. I watched as you stole a glance upward, looking toward the clouds and wondering if you could ever achieve the summit of Scouting. Soon, you began to advance, mastering the Oath and the Law and beginning to learn the ways of the Scout. You camped overnight and then for a weekend, and then spent an entire week away from home at summer camp. I watched you grow that week in skills and in spirit, and I saw the pride on your face as the Scoutmaster handed you your tenderfoot badge. It wasn't long before a year had passed. Your tenderfoot badge was long gone, replaced by the second-class badge and then by the badge of first-class Scout. You had begun in earnest to climb toward Eagle, and as I watched, I could sense your determination. But I also knew that many Scouts start off determined only to become discouraged. For the climb from first class to Eagle becomes harder with each step, and only a handful of Scouts reach the top. In fact, as you climbed, you could see that there were far fewer Scouts ahead of you, clearing the path, than there behind you, following in your footsteps. Along the way, I watched you grow in other ways of scouting, through the brotherhood of the Order of the Arrow, and serving on summer camp staff at Camp Sidney Dew. Then finally, on August 5th, 2013, you broke through the clouds and became a Life Scout. Now, I could see clearly into your face and your heart, and I knew that someday you would join our Eagle Brotherhood. Over these past months, I've watched as you've earned the last of your merit badges, so that now 48 merit badges parade across your sash. I've watched you serve our troop in many different leadership positions, reaching down constantly to help your fellow Scouts in their climb toward the summit. And I've watched you give back to your community through your Eagle Scout Service Project. You built bluebird houses for the Lafayette City Parks and Recreation Department and the Nature Trail. Now I stand ready with all the Eagles who have gone before you to welcome you to our area as you join the Brotherhood of Eagle Scouts.
We now call upon the great Spirit of all for his blessing on this young man and his family. May he ever strive to attain the noblest and highest ideals of life. Be his strength and his guide. Cause him to follow a straight trail and to never be a reason for other Scouts to waver from the path. Protect him for many moons to come. May the great Scoutmaster of all Scouts be with us until the trail crosses.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to uphold the people of all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
Now call upon upon Matthew Fortune as a representative of the Boy Scouts of America to officially convene this court of honor.
By the power vested in me by the National Council of the Boy Scouts of America, I declare this court of honor to be duly convened for the sole purpose of presenting the Eagle Scout Award to Timothy Dwayne Chamlee.
New City.
As Scouts, we are bound together in brotherhood by the Scout law and the sacred set of pinnacles for living, whose origins are lost in the midst of time. Listen now to the wisdom of the winds.
I am the spirit of peace. I represent the common law. The Scouts give each God and country. Trustworthy, loyal, and helpful are the qualities that a man must possess to live by the laws of this land. The Scouts always be worthy of his brother's trust. Show loyalty to all whom it is due. And the daily return be a central focus of your life.
The spirit of the Western represent the law of equity, the duty, the country, and the brothers. Friendly, courteous, and kind, this was a sweet culture. They create the atmosphere that comes from within your heart. Kindle the desire to be a friend with those of all ages and stations in life. Be courteous to the whom passes on the trail. Cast away the harmful spirits of unfriendliness and selfishness.
I am the spirit of Southwind. I represent civil law, your duty to others and to self. Obedient, cheerful, and thrifty are marked for civility. Obedience is something we all must learn. Take orders and carry them out. Cheerful. Real thrift means spending both money and time wisely and sharing with those less fortunate than us.
I am the spirit of the Northland, most powerful of all. I represent the divine law. Your duty to be brave and clean and reverent. To be brave is to be unselfish in service, always prepared to face the unknown. Cast from your mind and body unclean spirits, try to weaken or destroy you. Live a life of reverence towards God.
Brother Guy, who is this person who seeks admission to our circle?
He is Dee Chamlee, a young man who believes himself worthy for the mark of the eagle.
Is there one here who can vouch for him?
I am Stephen Drigger, Scoutmaster, Troop 7. I can vouch for this young man and his abilities. It is only right that he be admitted to the Eagle Brotherhood.
To wear the wings of the eagle, a young man must pass many seasons in this troop. He must live on the principles of scouting in his everyday lives. Has this young man done so?
He has. Since becoming a Life Scout on August 5th, 2013, he has participated actively in the meeting and outings of the troop. He has also shown that the spirit of scouting is alive within him.
To enter the eagle area, a scout must earn at least 21 merit badges, mastering the skills of scouting and exploring the career and hobby interests that he chooses. As this young man does so.
He has. He has earned a total of 48 merit badges, including all those required for him.
To become a member of the Eagle Brotherhood, a young man must serve his fellows by leading them. Has this young man done so?
He has. Since becoming a Life Scout, he has served as patrol leader, historian, assistant patrol leader, senior assistant patrol leader, leading his brother scouts towards a better tomorrow.
And finally, to become an Eagle Scout, a young man must serve his community through a special project, working gladly, not begrudging. In faithfulness to the principles of scouting, has this young man done so?
He has. He built bluebird houses for the Lafayette City Park and a recreation department for their park areas and their walking nature trails. He also did it in the Colorado.
Through the climb up the scouting trail, the badges have changed as your abilities grew, but one pledge remained unchanged, the Scout Oath. Is there any reason why you as a new scout cannot renew this promise which you first made as a scout?
No.
Then you will make the scout sign and state the Scout Oath slowly and clearly.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty, to guide my country, to obey the scout law, and help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally and morally straight.
I am satisfied that Dee Chamlee has met the challenges of the Eagle without flinching. Brother
God has
God,
taught me many valuable lessons that I will carry with me throughout my life. The skills of leadership and problem solving, learned as a scout and as a member of camp staff, are probably the best tools among these lessons. It has taught me that with hard work and determination, I can reach any goal I set to myself, and with hard work comes great reward. It has not been all work and no playground. And I have had so many great and fun times scouting that I could never cover them all. There's my first true trip to the USS Yorktown, my first week of summer camp, the Halo trip, and numerous campouts, hikes, and outings in between and since. As I worked my way up in the ranks, other honors came my way, such as being elected into the Order of the Arrow and having the privilege to work at Camp City News Summer Camp. These two events have provided me with more opportunity to meet new people, learn even more skills, and also teach what I have learned through scouting to others. Now that I have reached the rank of Eagle, I realize that this is not the end, but only the beginning for me. All the work on merit badges, ranks, and other activities has not only prepared me for this day, but for my future as well. As I go forward in life and meet the challenges that lie ahead, I will surely look back to scouting and find the answers I need in what I have learned traveling the path from Tiger Cub to Eagle Scout.
today you joined the Brotherhood of Eagle. Scouts much you did when you joined our Brotherhood. You wore the arrow. You are being honored not so much for what you have done, but what you're expected to do in the future. As you did at our council fire many years ago, you are committing yourself to a life of cheerful service and righteous living. Brother Guy, will you remind you of what is required of an eagle, using the teachings of Laurentius and his guide?
Hear the words of Laurentius. When you rise in the morning, give thanks for the morning light. Give thanks for your life and strength, for your food, the joy of living. Be merciful in your living or in your power. It is a part of a chief to take care of the weak, the sick, the old, and the helpless. Show respect to all men, but grovel to none. Remember, man is bound by his promise, his bond cannot be broken. Be hospitable. Be kind. A man tried and proven is at all times clean, courteous, and master of himself. Thus spoke the great chief. The lesson you must do. Also remember the words of the East.
And the Eagle Scout promise. Though the words you say are similar to those you've said so many times before, tonight you will mean more than what they have ever had. I would ask all Eagle Scouts in the audience to stand at this time and rededicate themselves by repeating the Eagle Scout promise with a new Eagle Scout. Please make the Eagle Scout sign and repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance. To the three promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example, my rank and my influence count strongly for better scouting and for better citizenship. In my troop, in my community, in my contacts with other people. To this I pledge my sacred honor. You may be seated. Would Mason Driggers please come forward and give the Eagle a charge? Scout sign and repeat after me. I promise to undertake my citizenship
Promise to undertake my citizenship
with a solemn dictation
with a solemn dictation
to be a leader
to be a leader,
and to only lead towards the best,
to only lead to the best,
to lift every task that I do
to lift every task that I do,
and every office that I hold
and every office that I hold,
to the high level of service
to the high level of service,
to God and my fellow men.
to God and my fellow men.
I promise to so live and serve
I promise to so live and serve
that those who know me
that those who know me
will be inspired to the finest living.
will be inspired to the honest living.
I promise to be among those
I promise to be among those
who dedicate their skills,
who dedicate their skills,
heart and hands
heart and hands
to the common good.
to the common good.
I promise to help build America
I promise to help build America
on the solid foundation
on a solid foundation
of clean living, honest work, and reverence to God.
of clean living, honest work,
And reverence to God.
and reverence to God.
To this I pledge my sacred oath.
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
D. Without the love and guidance of understanding parents, a boy is severely handicapped. No one will ever know the unnumbered acts of self-sacrifice and helpfulness from their parents. They have led us to this day. They have undoubtedly been your primary source of help and strength as your journey along the trail. They ask for someone who walked this path many moons ago, not only showing D the way, but setting an example for him, as well as being very special and important to him, and come and offer a welcome to the Scout Trail. Will James Trevilian, please come forward.
As a representative of the Eagle Scouts of this council, I wish to welcome you to the Brotherhood of Eagles. Only 4% of the boys who enter the Scouting achieve what you have today. The requirements are demanding but fair. Your achievement is a recognition of your perseverance and ability. But I'm not here to talk about your past accomplishments, which are great, but of your future opportunities. 11 years ago, I received the Eagle Scout Award. And in the years since, I've constantly enriched my life. It will yours too. Of course, when you go to the scouting function, you'll be recognized as a doer, and you will have opportunity of standing with leaders among leaders. But I think that your Eagle Scout Award will have meaning far beyond scouting itself. You are a marked man. Your achievement will follow you throughout your life. Things you have done, the leadership, the sense of honor you have developed will mean more to you than a certificate and a ribbon on your shirt. You will have more opportunity to be of service to your fellow man through your school, your work, and through scouting because you know what you can do. In the years to come, you will casually meet people who are Eagles also. And there will be an instant bond of comradeship. You have each shared a common experience. You each know that each other can be trusted. For the rest of your life, your travels as a marked man, an Eagle Scout. Well.
Your parents have been there for every point of honor, every point of review, and all your other milestones along the way. Because they have realized how much one person was missed by Dee Chamlee. Dee Chamlee, although you were there in spirit, it wasn't the same as having you here in person. So Dee's parents have asked to give you the honor of pinning Dee with his eagle pin. Your mother has watched you grow and develop. She has worked for you in health, nursed you in sickness, guided your thoughts and actions, and helped you in untold ways. In recognition of your mother's devotion, please represent her with this Eagle Mother's pen. Your father has been a strength to lean on, someone to turn to in times of trouble and for help. He has stood by your side over the years and offered encouragement and assistance, as well as a source of much advice and guidance. In return, please present your father with the Eagle lapel pin. And now it gives me great pleasure to present you to Eagle Scout Dee Chamlee.
I would like to make a presentation to my Eagle mentors. By definition, a mentor is a wise and trusted counselor. These people are all of that and more. Stephen Driggers. A little over 4 years ago, you welcomed me into Troop 7 with a handshake and a smile. Since then, you have made me feel welcome and important. Whenever I needed advice and help, you've been there for me, and your guidance has helped me understand what being a scout truly is. You made my scouting fun, interesting, and exciting, and made me want to be and do my best. My path with you has been rocky and windy, but you never gave up on me, and for that I am thankful and would like to award you with this mentor pin. Debbie Driggers, you were there with Steve to welcome me into the troop and have also made me feel welcome and important. Truth is all of us in this troop know that if it wasn't for you and all the hard work and effort that you have put in with filing paperwork, keeping track of events, and the many other duties you perform, none of us would have to be here today. Steve was always the one in the front leading and encouraging us, but you were there too, making sure that the tedious things were done, and for that, I want to say thank you and award you with this mentor's pin.
He's right on that too.
James Trevelyan, you are my uncle, and it was through you that I was introduced to Scouts and what they can do for a young man. You've been an example and a source of advice and encouragement to me over the years, and for that I am grateful. I hope you know how much you mean to me and how much I look up to you. So I'd like to award you with this mentor's pin. Happy birthday. Matthew Fortune. Like James, you have been an example and source of advice and encouragement on my path. I am honored to have you in my life and would like to award you with this mentor's pin. Dad, unlike some dads, I know you always put me in and take it first. And you always go out of your way to make sure we can take part in activities that interest us. You love us unconditionally, to hope to follow in your footsteps someday. So for setting such a great example of what a dad should be, I want to say thank you. I love you and give you
like to now ask Scoutmaster Stephen Driggers to make any additional presentations.
I think Patty Scott wanted to make an announcement to you. Come on. You can do it from there. You can come up here. It's whatever you want to do.
I'll say, I just want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of this. It was a bitterly cold day that did put the birdhouses up. It just shows that the people that are in this room, his family that I've known for years, and very thankful and very blessed. And I just want to tell you thank you for what a great kid this is. Thank you.
I have something I want to say as well. Dee has come miles when we first got it. He said he was talking about the rocky road. He wasn't kidding. And it's not just him. It's all kids that age. When they first get into the troop, they're just used to coming out of the Cub Scouts. They're not used to me. I'm pretty rough on the kids, but I do it out of love. I want them to see them make this, achieve this goal. So I push them, and I push them hard. He bucked a little at first, but then he realized that I did it because I wanted him to succeed. And buddy, when he realized that, he took off. And he's been one of the few that I can actually say he was one of my scouts, one of my eagles. Because as most everybody know, I stepped down last year, at the end of this year. But that's one of mine right there, so I'm proud of it.
The eagle is strong and powerful. It flies unblinking into the face of the sun. It soars high and builds its nest on a pinnacle. Tonight, we will welcome Dee Chamlee into this Brotherhood of Eagles. Thank you all for participating in this special event. Let's give this new eagle a round of applause. Now call Stephen Driggers to give our benediction.
Please stand. We now call upon the great Spirit of all for his blessing on this young man. That's one I read. Let's read it. I'm just going to pray. I was going to read this, but I read this one earlier. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this family. We thank you for our scouts, our troop, those who have stood to help, those who will always stand to help. Father, I pray you would bless them, guide them, and protect them. Father, I pray that you give each one strength and guidance, the knowledge they need. And we thank you for them all. Father, I pray that you just give us all the strength, Father, that we need to continue, Father. As we step down, Father, as the next one step up, I pray you strengthen them. Amen.
Again, I'd like to thank you for coming. To further honor our new Eagle Scout, I'd like to invite each of you to join us in the fellowship hall for reception. I now declare this council meeting closed. Good afternoon.